Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the premiere episode, maybe. Depends if I do my recordings in a certain sequence. But welcome to the Prodigious channel. I will be Prodigious, or you can just call me Prodigi for short. Anyway, on to the real event. This is not going to be a typical unboxing. This is not going to be a typical deck review for the Digimon trading card game. This is going to me going over things I like and dislike and just opening to see what we get. And with that being said, a little bit of small backstory. I went to the pre-release event at a local where they actually did manage to have it, unlike last time, of the actual product in the store. And I got to participate in the event for it. They had allowed only one advance deck per customer, and they had exactly 8, which meant they only had like one case worth. But I went to the event, I played in it, didn't do too hot, so I just went ahead and just dropped after the second round. But I went ahead and ordered me not 1, not 2, but 3 more copies of the advanced deck Double Typhoon. And the reason why is because I really love these advanced decks. Not only do they give you some awesome new cards that you can't get out of the set like normal, and some awesome reprints and promos, but with these, you can actually brainstorm up, I kid you not fam, so many different variations of what you can pull out of these things. I mean, for example, Beelzemon. I bought 8 copies of that deck. Managed to even pull the lottery card out of it, out of my first 2 that I bought. Pardon me. But I built myself a total of 6 different variants of Beelzemon and Beelstar, just based off of that one advanced deck. So let's go ahead and open these. We'll see if our luck is pretty good like last time and we managed to pull the lottery card of Rapidmon. Or if not, if nothing else, I'll sit here and actually go over the cards that we have in here. And I'll tell you some ideas of some things that just come to mind of what would be good to like build a deck based around this. Not just building it as is, but just tweaking it and modifying it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start things off here. So here we are, the first one. Got my trusty pocket knife here nearby. Go ahead and see if we can't get this sucker slipped open. Alright. But yes, this is my first time trying to do something on YouTube. And I love the Digimon community. I don't get to play enough as much as I would like to, but I love Digimon. I cosplay from it at conventions. I collect action figures, model kits. I just love it all around. So this is my premiere, trying to do something somewhat more interesting than what I used to do on YouTube, which is mainly just record like my pictures and outtakes from conventions. But anyway, enough about me and that little nuance. Okay, let's see here. So we have this advanced deck set Double Typhoon secret pack. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop this sucker open, see what we get. Ho ho! And this is actually probably one of the better cards you could actually pull from this, if you ask me. It is the new exclusive to this deck only, Lopmon. Digivolves from Kokomon for 0, or any level 2 egg for 0. But main, once per turn, one of your Digimon gains Alliance for the turn. And that, I don't know if it's coming up very good on camera or not, but it's definitely got a nice rainbow-like foil texture to it. Inheritable. All turns, while this Digimon is suspended, it gets plus 1000 DP. So yes, the ability of having any of your Digimon just instantly gain Alliance is a big game changer, if you ask me. But anyway, you also get, of course, this little pack right here, assortment of some promo cards / foil reprints. Like here we have the alternate art of the Kokomon egg. Looks pretty nice. You got alternate art foil of Lopmon, like we got in EX4. You get an alternate art foil of Rapidmon from BT8. And something that's not really thought to be in this deck, but it is a new Magnamon. Exclusive only to this deck. You actually get 2 of those. Then you got an alternate art foil of the option card Fireball from EX2. Or, well, it was supposed to be called, in my opinion, it was supposed to be Pyrosphere, or whatever that Guilmon hollered out in the show. I can't quite remember. I'm pretty sure it was Pyrosphere. Then we have the option card Kaiser Nail alternate art foil. That looks pretty cool. We have an alternate art foil of Blinding Ray from BT4. And then probably some of the more sought out cards, I believe, out of this deck is an alternate art Pride Memory Boost, as well as an alternate art of Mist Memory Boost. And you gotta like how it's actually showing the respective decks that tend to run these option cards. Like you got most of the good stuff in purple, like Myotismon, Impmon, Beelzemon for the Mist Memory. And then you mainly have the D Brigade, or Digi Police as they can go by now in the newest set. So that's not bad. We also get some sleeves, which I think is very nice. Personally, I think if they were to maybe charge you just a little bit extra and then change the packaging, they could throw in like a very cheap, mind you, but a very nice cloth playmat. But instead we do get this paper one, featuring Lopmon and Terriermon on one side, and Rapidmon on the other. So all in all, not too bad. That's just my humble opinion, and I'm pretty sure there's quite a few people out there who might agree with me on that. But anywho, let's go ahead and crack this thing open here, and who knows, maybe we might get extremely lucky and we pull the lottery card. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. Either way, I just think it might be nice to sit here and just kind of go over what comes in the deck. Alright. Hopefully the glare is not too bad on this. I'm still pretty new at this, so forgive me if it's kind of glary. I will make sure to try and move stuff around a little bit so that way it's easier to see. Alright, so we start off with the Gummymon, the egg for the deck. Its inheritable effect is when attacking once per turn, if you have a green tamer, draw 1 card. You get 4 of those in here. Then you get Terriermon. Digivolves on a level 2 egg for 0, and he can of course digivolve off of a Gummymon for 0. Kind of interesting why they include that black text when it's already 0 up here. Maybe we're going to get some sort of special eggs in the future. Who knows? Main, once per turn, you may play 1 green Tamer card or 1 level 3 Digimon card with Lopmon in its name from your hand with the play cost reduced by 2. Inheritable. All turns while this Digimon is suspended, it gets plus 1000 DP. You get 2 of those in this deck. And of course, here's Lopmon. We already saw that thanks to the secret pack card that we got. But yeah, you only get 2 of these guys per deck. And I think both of them are going to be very good going forward for a lot of green decks, or even decks that kind of splash in some green. I don't know about you, but I like the idea of just being able to hard play a Lopmon in a non-green deck. And then next turn, oh look, I have Alliance. Anyway, we got Wendigomon. It's a purple and green. It can digivolve from a level 3 purple or green. It can digivolve from a Terriermon or Lopmon in name for a cost of 2 versus the 3. On player when digivolving, delete 1 level 3 or lower Digimon. This effect deleted one of your Digimon. You may play 1 level 3 Digimon card with Terriermon or Lopmon in its name from your trash without paying the cost. Inheritable. All turns while this Digimon is suspended, it gets plus 1000 DP. I gotta say, that's pretty interesting. At the same time, it does feel like it's kind of limited. But I can definitely see in this being the card that you might want to play if you're wanting to just straight up abuse the new Lopmon and Terriermon. For example, if you have these guys out and the third Digimon digivolves into this thing, you can pop one of these guys knowing full well you've already used their effect for that turn. And then you get to replay them, which means they come back in, reset, and their effect activated once again, because both Lopmon and Terriermon is a main effect. So that's pretty cool. Now this is something I think we should have gotten back in EX4 to go with the rest of the Lopmon Terriermon support. We got Gargomon, green and black. Digivolves from green or black for 3. Or digivolves from a Terriermon or Lopmon in name for 2. Your turn, once per turn. When this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your Digimon gains jamming for the turn. Inheritable. While this Digimon is suspended, it gets plus 1000 DP. This is the kind of thing that we were sorely lacking back in EX4, because you would go to build a deck with the new Alliance stuff, you go ahead and digivolve, you swing, you tap something for Alliance, and you're like, oh yeah, I got this big DP boost. I got Security Attack Plus. But then your opponent reveals rather an option kill spell, which, you know, if it happens, it happens. But what really sucked is if you went through all that trouble and they revealed a Digimon that was just a slightly higher DP than yours. Jamming would have been a great way to ensure the survival. So this, I think, was definitely greatly needed for anything Alliance. Or anything green, for that matter, because of the whole tapping, untapping shenanigans they can do. So yes, very nice. And we actually get 4 of that in this deck as well. Then we got Rapidmon. This is a new one, exclusive to this deck. For 4 cost from a green or yellow. Or it can only cost 3 if Digivolving from a Terriermon. It has Blocker and Armor Purge. All turns, once per turn. When this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of their security Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP until the end of their turn. Inheritable, all turns while this Digimon is suspended, it gets 1,000. Very nice. And I can already tell you, we obviously did not get the lottery card on that one. That's fine. Alright, now we got regular level 5 Rapidmon. Digivolves from black or green for 4, or it can Digivolve from a Garglemon or Rapidmon in name for 3. On play or when Digivolving, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if you have a green Tamer, until the end of your opponent's turn, your opponent's effects can't delete this Digimon or return it to the hand or deck. All turns, once per turn, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, trash the top card of their security stack. Awesome and heritable. And I will say that at the event that I went to for this, Rapidmon was very good. I was hard playing this thing, if not Digivolving into it, just to get that effect off. Very, very good. We get 4 of that one in here. And then we got the new big man himself, Mega Garglemon Ace. Digivolves from a black or green level 5 for 4, or it can Digivolve from a Rapidmon in name for a cost of 5. Which is kind of weird, because usually in the past, Digivolving on top of just any old green or black or whatever color it's supposed to be is usually the more expensive cost, while the name is supposed to be cheaper. But I guess because this is an Ace Digimon and because of what it can do, you're going to probably save this to actually Digivolve when your opponent swings at you. And here's why. As an Ace, it has the ability of Hand, Counter, Blast, Digivolve. Which means one of your Digimon may Digivolve into this card without paying the cost. So when your opponent swings, before you declare blockers, boom. One of your level 5s becomes this Mega. He has Blocker and he has Reboot. When Digivolving, suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. Then 2 of their Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend or Digivolve until the end of their turn. When Digivolving, and at the end of attack, once per turn, you may unsuspend this Digimon. So yeah, big dude can just come out of nowhere, block, and then immediately unsuspend himself so that way he can block again on top of the whole suspending 2 of your opponent's things. So yeah, very strong. But like all aces, it has the overflow mechanic. In this case, it's overflow 4. If this were leaves the battle area under any circumstances, stripped from sources, blown up, returned to hand, bottom deck, whatever, overflow 4 means you're going to lose 4 memory. Keep in mind, though, if your opponent plays some weird shenanigans and manages to just put this like underneath, say, a Tamer, he's still technically on the battlefield, so an overflow won't activate. You only get 2 of him, but I can understand why. And then we get a new Trumon. So let's see here. Digivolves from Intillimon for a cost of 3, or he can Digivolve from any old green or purple level 5 for 4. He has Alliance. He also has when Digivolving, you may delete 1 level 4 or lower Digimon. Then you may play 1 level 4 or lower green or purple Digimon card from your hand or trash without paying the cost. not bad. I recently decided to go ahead and swap out a couple of cards in one of my other decks, replacing BT, I forget, 1, 2, or 3, Mastimon for this. Because other than the whole trashing your security to trash their security effect, this still does pretty much the same thing. You get to Digivolve, you get to delete something, and then you get to play something. Only difference is you get Alliance here, which means you continuously get the ability to go ahead and, oh, I'm going to tap this other guy on board so that way I can get an extra shot in at your security, versus the old Mastimon, which only did its thing once it came in. So yeah, very nice. Then we get Henry Wong. This is a new one. Start your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. Main, by placing this Tamer and 1 Gargomon and 1 Rapidmon from your trash in any order as one of your Terriermon's bottom Digivolution cards. That Digimon may Digivolve into a Mega Gargomon in the hand for a Digivolution cost of 4, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. If this effect Digivolve that Digimon, it gains Rush for the turn. So that's pretty cool. And I was actually quite surprised, because so far they've been doing a theme with the advanced decks of them being based off of Digimon Tamers. We got Beelzemon, and now we got this. I was totally expecting for us to get, like, say, a Rika and Sakuyamon, or I forget his name, the dude that had the Cyberdramon, or heck, even a new version of Takato and Gallantmon, and some other advanced decks. But no, they've actually recently revealed in a future set that we're going to get a new Sakuyamon line, as well as a new Rika Tamer that also does the whole Biomerge thing. So very interesting. It kind of definitely makes me wonder what will be the next future advanced deck, because again, I love these things. We get 4 of this version of Henry. Then we got the option card. This is also another great thing for all green decks. Double Typhoon. For 3 cost, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 green Digimon card and 1 such Tamer card among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Then place this card in the battle area. Main, delay. You may play 1 Terriermon or Lopmon from your hand without paying the cost. Pretty good. Now, here's another card that you might not think much of at first, but this is actually a very strong card, and it also helped a lot back when I was playing this deck at the pre-release. Giant Missile. Suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon. Then return 1 of their suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. 1 of their Digimon can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. You can actually use this to target up to 3 different things. Each effect is individual. It doesn't actually have to be on the same target. So yeah, very nice. And we get 4 of that guy. Now we're going into some of the new foil / reprints and promos that comes at the back of this deck. We get a new foil version of the same artwork that came out of EX4 for Terriermon. We get Terriermon's Assistant, also out of EX4. We get a foil version of Antilamon, the purple-green version, also from EX4. We also get a Willis from the infamous Digimon movie, who first premiered back in the day with Terriermon and Lopmon. We also get the original Henry Wong that came out of EX2. And then last but not least, you get some memory trackers. I think these kings are cute. They're nice and collectible. And you got your little inserts of your rules. And here's something that they've been doing differently. Didn't see this last time, or if it was there, I didn't see it. Little counter-like things you can pop out and use for your memory gauge. That's kind of cool. But yeah, all in all, this deck is definitely more centered around Terriermon. But it is interesting how they call it Double Typhoon, because it does have a little bit of both. It has Lopmon and Terriermon in it. But in reality, if you break it all down and you look at it closely, it is mostly a Terriermon deck. But that's fine, because we all know, or if you don't, now you will, that coming up in a future set, I believe coming out for us in America in June, we're going to get EX6, which is 3 Great Angels and Demon Lord themed, which means it'll also have a new Cherubimon. And pardon me for just a second while I reach for something. Alright, and we're back. Sorry about that. I had to take care of my dog. She was crying. She gets a little bit whiny. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue this. I'm going to pop open the second one. And we're not going to really go through the cards quite as well, because now that we've actually seen what comes in here, we don't need to really worry about it. We're just mainly going through here just to see if we get the lottery card and to see what's in this mystery pack. But most of all, I'm going to just kind of just talk off top of my head, no real script or anything, and be thinking out loud like, what is some different versions of this deck I could possibly build based off of these advanced decks? Because like I said, I love these things. You can actually make so many different variants of the same deck. No two deck will play the same way if you build it. Alright, so in here, we got a Rapidmon. Level 5. That's pretty cool. All right. Okay, so here we go. But yeah, this is mainly definitely a Terriermon Mega Gargomon deck. And I, for one, wish they had made it a little more equal. Because my wife, she doesn't really play the game, but she also loves Terriermon and Lopmon, but more specifically Lopmon, as well as Makomon. I'm hoping that they eventually do like a better version of Makomon, because I would love to be able to build her a deck that she would really love to play that has all her favorites in it. But yes, the whole alliance mechanic is very good. There was even there for a while when EX4 first came out, people were using Lopmon and Terriermon from EX4 and the Alliance engine just for a base for like their bottom end of like rookies and champions and ultimates to eventually reach a different level 5 or level 6 mega, just for the fact that it can help you digivolve up quicker while still actually hitting fairly hard. So that's pretty impressive. But yeah, I can already see myself probably brainstorming up at least 2, maybe 3 different variants of just Terriermon alone, using this deck and what's already out there. Alright, so let's take a look at this and see what our secret pack is on this one. Oh, and I think I see a familiar face, because actually, yep, this is the same one that I actually pulled at the pre-release event. So now we got two different versions of him. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I am looking forward to EX6 just because it will finally bring things kind of equal. We'll then get a Digimon that is on par with the Mega Gargamon stuff that we get this and EX4. But yes, very nice. Like I said before, I really wish we had something like that beforehand, because that jamming from that Gargamon, oof, that really helps out with Alliance. It really does. And again, looks like no lottery card for us, but that's fine. All right. That's pretty much it then. So here in the near future, amongst many other deck profiles that I plan on posting on here, I'm going to be deck building with this thing now and seeing what else other ideas I can come up with. Sorry if it's not that great, but yeah, this is kind of my premiere episode, or episodes, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay prodigious with Pro Digi.